What are we talking about again? Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Coffee with Father James. Well, as you know, we are about to enter into a new liturgical season, my favorite liturgical season, the season of Advent. And this year, it is the latest Advent season that you can have. You remember last year was the best. It was the longest Advent season. We had the full fourth week of Advent. This year it's going to be the shortest Advent ever because the fourth week of Advent is going to be like 24 hours because the fourth Sunday of Advent is on Christmas Eve. And so it's going to be a bit congested. We have to be a bit creative with Mass times. But you know, Advent, we can go through Advent and it's just, just another Advent, just a kind of a strange time that we actually don't observe really in our lives outside of being in church because we already start celebrating Christmas early. That's a whole other topic for another day perhaps. But the question really is how can we as a church plug into the season of Advent, which is not just preparation for Christmas, it's also the beginning of a new liturgical year. It's the new year, it's the first 4 Sundays of a new year. And in the past couple of years, we've always used Advent as a time to do a preaching series. And we're going to do another one this year. It's 4 weeks. And we've been talking through with our leadership team and thinking through, if we did a preaching series this Advent, what would the focus be? And what we've come up with now, as we shoot this video, I've got to be honest with you. I'm meeting with Deacon David tomorrow to do some planning around the preaching series. We've got a very general theme, but we haven't really had the time to work it out. We're a little bit behind the 8 ball, but I promise you by next week, we'll have it all figured out. But here's the general theme is that we look ahead at the coming year. It's some of the major pastoral challenges that we're looking at in terms of growing as a community, as a missionary parish. And that includes being a parish that is open and welcoming and engaging to people on the outside, or people who are new to the community, or people who are new to Canada. And so we're going to be looking at the mission field in a sense, and through the lens of the readings of Advent, which are about preparing the way of the Lord and keeping awake and being joyful and giving our yes to God for what God is asking us to do. And so we're going to be engaging some of these themes, looking at our present context. And one of the things I hope to look at with you in this preaching series is some new research that was recently published by the Angus Reid Institute, which is a research company, a very famous Canadian one. You see it all the time in the news, a new Angus Reid poll. This past week actually was part of a small group that received a presentation online by Angus Reid, and he has some new data around the state of faith and religion in Canada, and it is absolutely saturated with information, very relevant information that is, I have to say, terrifying, concerning, troubling, exciting, and hopeful all at once because, well, it's complicated. It's a complex reality, but as there are as many opportunities for us as a parish as there are obstacles and struggles. So we want to bring some of that research into our preaching series as we look ahead at this coming year and what God might be calling us to. Exactly what we call this preaching series, well, you're just going to have to show up to find that out. Please pray for us as we do that. Myself and Deacon David. Father Dominic is not going to be with us during the season. The Advent season. He's leaving. He will have left by the time you watch this video to go to New Zealand, where he's going to be ministering there for 2 months before returning to us in the middle of February. So please keep myself and Deacon David in your prayers as we prepare for you, hopefully what will be a wonderful Advent preaching series. Thanks and God bless.